Your character is from Meridana, a world that a few years ago went through the apocalypse, and everyone knows that the elves caused it. They don't know how they caused it, they don't know what went down, but it's common knowledge that the elves were fucking around with something magical and screwed up.
Okay.
As they always do.
Yes. Essentially, ancient horrors from all sorts of planes, dimensions, and realms started flooding into their world as the world's own elements turned against its inhabitants. Over 50% of the people living on the planet, the nations of the planet going, oh shit, disbanded their countries to form one giant super planet-wide nation and pooled all their resources together to create a performance in was mandatory. For whatever reason, your characters managed to dodge and weren't drafted, or you guys left or were released, or somehow you got out of the army before the final battle. Because the final battle, the army went to a deep into the Elven Kingdom of Astir to try and figure out how to stop the apocalypse, and you guys don't know how that fared, but it definitely didn't work.
Okay.
The world is still a piece of shit. People are dying, and it's only a little bit left before the entire world goes extinct. Your characters were probably in the middle of something dangerous or slowly dying due to a lack of resources when your vision would have just entirely gone white. When you opened your eyes, you would have been in a pure white room, and there would have been a large, fat man in a white suit, lounging on an equally white chemise. And he lazily would have glanced in your direction and said, hello. You're probably wondering what you're doing here. My name is Tyr. I'm the god of laziness. This is the Tantalium. It exists between all dimensions. Think of it sort of like a hub. You have to come here before you travel anywhere else. I'm going to use my power to send you to other dimensions so you can collect people with strong souls and bring them back here. When we have enough, we'll put them back onto your world in order so this way the gods of the multiverse are forced to intervene or lose their favorite people. And one minor thing as well. The gods of Meridana, they're all dead. I am Tyr, but I was not one of your gods. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so.
You? He's looking at Celene.
Well, I guess not.
Excellent. And he gestures towards the door to the White Room and says, my name is Frederick. I am the steward here of the Tantalium, and I will be looking after you while you stay here. I am also from your world. However, I am not associated with Tyr in any way, apart from the fact that he took me to clean house. While you're here in the Tantalium, if you imagine any sort of object or room, it will appear. However, nothing in the Tantalium has a soul, meaning that items that you create will be hollow and unable to leave the Tantalium. In addition, unless you know actually how the item is created and can create the materials needed to create the item, it will not create. Think of people provides a hollow person that acts as your memories dictate the person would. You may imagine any room that you see fit, anywhere you like in the Tantalium. and he opens the door to the white room, and you step through it into the Tantalium's common room, where all the other characters wait. For people who have played before, I'm assuming you guys already know the deal with tiers, so I'm not going to repeat it individually for each of your characters.
Okay.
Either way, who is populating the common room right now? Let's start describing ourselves and what you're doing in this wide, comfortable sort of living room thing. We'll start with Tal.
Juniper is a human. She's blonde. Her hair reaches around down to her shoulder blades, and she has green eyes, and she has freckles. Right now, she is... I don't know what she would be doing. I guess she would be trying to conjure up some, like, paper and a pencil so she can, like, doodle and stuff.
Okay. Earl?
He's a, like, 6'3" elf. Long, platinum hair. He's wearing common clothes, and he has his collar kind of up, as if he's trying to, like, hide his very obvious tattoo that's poking out from under his collar. And if you look very closely, you can see that what is shown is the head of a dragon, and he has a short sword and a book tied to his back.
Popped collar.
Let's go to May.
What you see is a giant green orc strapped to the nines with axes. And he's looking at Levi, and he's making like a little gesturing, I guess, across his throat.
All right. Character contention already between the orc and the elf.
Because no one in this damn campaign has hate against elves for some reason.
Yeah, Jing's about to walk into the room. She sees that happening, and then she turns around and walks away.
Zill?
Oh my god, so it's not that hard. Just Andrea.
Andrea. You're up. Describe Clarissa to the people who haven't seen her.
Alright, so there is a tiny ass halfling rogue sitting the fuck down on this chair that is taller than average, but fits her.
Alright.
She's got short brown hair and fuck, I think last time. She's got green eyes now. Her hair is like between her shoulder blades. Got a green tunic on and a brown cloak that is kind of half thrown off on the chair, and brown pants, as well as a ring on a necklace around her neck. And she is sitting embroidering, and you can't quite see what it is, but like she's got her tongue half sticking out of her mouth, and she seems very intent upon it.
Slade?
You see a very posh-looking tiefling that has skin about the color of, like, I want to say shrimp. Yeah, I'll say shrimp because it's funny. It's kind of like a very light red. What she's doing at the moment is she's conjured herself up a very elaborate and expensive-looking couch that she is, like, laying down across. Tiger shrimp or what? Cooked or raw? I'm gonna say raw, like raw regular shrimp, if there's such a thing as regular shrimp. It's just a very light red. That's all I was going for. I just wanted to be funny.
The shell or the meat or what? Are you
The
kidding?
shell.
The legs, the eyeballs.
I said light red. What do you want from me? Anyway, currently all that she is doing is giving herself something of a manicure. While she pays no attention to any of you, you see that she has a crystal orb sitting next to her, And what she is wearing right now is a yeah, it's a dress that is a very I don't know how to say a very purple, we shall say, with gold embroidering and a crown that is also made of silver. Something like
Amanda,
that, I don't know.
Okay.
I saved you for last.
You.
Describe
He-
paint drop to us.
About an average size. Well, raven, raven person. With dark feathers in a very fine looking dress with a hood over half her head. Her beak is high in the air as she's examining the rest of the people in the room. She's lightly tapping her talons on the floor, studying their sound and whatnot.
All right. Well, as you guys are sitting in there, before you get really a chance to interact or start introducing yourselves, there's the door opens up. And a young woman with black hair, slanted eyes, and a lithe body, wearing a chef's apron, rushes in and says, "Oh, we have new heroes! Excellent! I just prepared something for all of you today because Frederick let me know it might be a bit of a dangerous mission you're all going on, and I wanted to welcome you all to the Tantalium. I'm Takahata, and these are your lunch boxes." And she, like, from absolute thin air, pulls out a stack of, like, little lunch boxes that all have, like, a drawing of your guys' face on them.
How accurate are these drawings?
They're bang on. They look look really good. They look like an anime style of each of your characters in a chibi pose, related to what you do. Kellogg's is menacing and elf.
Wait, you said lunch boxes?
Yes, lunch boxes. If you eat them, you'll get a lot more, out of when you're taking a break than normal. Rolls in them that work sort of like a healing potion, but are tastier.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And she hands each of you one of these lunch boxes. They're only good for this trip, though, so you should definitely use them. Otherwise, they'll go bad.
Okay.
I don't use any preservatives. All my food is real.
Well, that's at least good to hear.
And she goes, "Well, a cook never sleeps," and she rushes back out the door that she came.
Celene is just sort of like holding on to her lunchbox with like two fingers and is like squinting at it.
Clarissa's rummaging through, like, fucking going, just super excited. Like, oh my god, is there pudding?
If you guys open it up to peek at your lunch boxes, it's whatever sort of Asian food that you guys would desire, with like a really, really Asian blend to it. So it's a lot of rice or noodles and sushi and strips of meat.
I guess I can put this in my bag.
Oh, I'm
God
not putting
forbid
cup.
anyone fucking see me with this.
Oh, as well as some sort of squishy kind of ice cream is in there.
Mochi!
And you guys can have the next 10 to 20 minutes to interact amongst yourselves or with any NPCs in the Tantalium. You can go looking around, too, to see if there's anyone else that you'd be interested in NPC-wise, because there are other people populating the room, but I won't bother describing them unless you guys mention the fact that you'd like to talk to an NPC. Because otherwise we will be here all day with me describing Tantalium people.
Hey, May, Is Render and Ecstasy better friends or worse friends now?
Not worse.
Martin,
Okay.
I gotta call you on, chiming in though on a session that you're not in right now. So put yourself on mute and let them interact.
My bad.
No worries, dude. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, Juniper is gonna go up to Paint Drop. And she's gonna be like, oh my gosh, are you like a bird?
Darling, no, she's a Kenku. Kenkus are are a rather rare race to see, but
But like, she looks like a bird.
darling, yes, she's a bird.
Like,
Don't worry
she has
about
like
it.
a beak. Like, it's so cute.
I wouldn't call it cute.
Are you gonna try and touch Kenku? Or the paint drop?
She's like staring at Paint Drop like she wants to pet Paint Drop, but she's not sure.
Paint drop is staring at Juniper, like examining every inch of her. She'll make a kind of squawking sound, almost how do I put it? Like kind of mockingly, as if she was saying Juniper is actually like a squawking hen.
Then Juniper's just gonna look at Celene and she's gonna be like, see, I told you she's a bird. Like, only birds make that noise.
Remind me, what is your name?
I'm Juniper.
Yes, Juniper. Please don't talk to me.
Well, you're not cute anyways, so...
Damn.
And the party goes to war with each other. Kellogg slaughters the elf.
I stand on the other side of the room from the half-orc.
Oh, right. I was on... You, stinky orc man. What's your name?
Kellogg.
Kellogg. That's a weird name. Well, okay. I will kindly ask you not to touch my clothes.
No problem, my axe will.
Uh,
And then the party kills each other.
You
You're
guys
not
don't
elf,
even make
though.
it out of Tantalia, but it's a DPK.
There's
Loink eats all the lunch boxes.
Zeres comes out and kills all of them.
You're not elf though, so you're okay.
Clarissa, are you interacting with anyone, or are you just watching this?
She's not watching. She's embroidering and looking at her lunchbox excitedly. Like
Levi
they're
starts
much.
writing in one of his books. In one of his book.
All right,
And
are you guys all done? Do you guys want to continue interacting with each other, or should I send you on to the mission?
I think we might kill each other if we continue to interact.
oh, yes. Just to let everyone know, I'm quite the expert at gambling myself. If anyone needs any tips, just give me a little...
So looks up and says, "How does one gamble themselves? Like, what happens if you lose? Do you just chop off your arm?"
I'm going to guess you've never gambled before.
Oh no, I've gambled. Just you need to learn how to like word your sentences better.
You need help with chopping off arm?
In any case,
I have many axe.
just don't try to cramp my style, please. This is the first rich party I've been to in quite a while.
I feel like it's not your style you really need to worry about, bud. Or else cramping it.
Well then. That's just fucking rude.
Well, I guess.
Drop will make a little fire crackling sound.
That's so cute.
Levi closes his book, readjusts it on his back, and starts heading to the door. Pretty much
The white room?
ready to go. Yeah.
All right. Are you guys all going to the white room then?
Mm-hmm.
So, as you guys return to the white room, Tyr kind of like looks up surprised from his chemise at all of you and is like, I hadn't even called you yet.
Well, we're getting bored. Hurry up.
That kind of forward thinking is dangerous, I'll have you know, he says.
I keep eye on Elf.
Oh, all right, well, if you're all raring to go, I won't stop you. Today's mission, you'll be going to the desert world of Kratorn, a world who actually managed to weather their apocalypse long, long ago in the past. The world is now 90% sand. However, people managed to eke out a living upon it. I'll be putting you on something that called a sand ship, a contraption capable of sailing the sandy sort of desert wasteland. Since it's the area you'll be going through is very, very loose sand, and you can sink through it if you're not careful. The sand ship's name is the Loungerat. It's a wealthy cruise ship meant for the rich or famous on the world. They're currently hosting a large card shark tournament, which is some sort of gambling game with dice, actually, where large amounts of money will either be lost or won. You're looking for a man by the name of Shoshkar. He's the unluckiest man in the multiverse.
Now we know why they invited him.
Well, he wasn't actually invited from what Frederick's report says. Apparently, he won a lottery to get him passage on the ship and a seat at the tournament, as well as a very large sum of money. Whether or not you take place in the gambling or how you retrieve Shoshkar is up to you. It matters to me not. Just be wary that if we do need his cooperation, I'd rather not.
Smash?
Well, not immediately, unless that's your prerogative. You can do whatever you please. I believe, however, the gambling is quite expensive to take part in, so you may wish to find a way to either steal or earn money very quickly to get if you wish to take part of it. I'll turn you over to Frederick for the rest of the briefing. And Frederick salutes. And we've counted the number of gamblers who will be participating in the tournament. Their names are Shushkar, a bard named Relise, Lady Killigan, Lord Dark Price, Kellogg Door, a man who goes by the name Goodman Tom, a wealthy jester by the name Toddarg, and a person known only by the code name Wallenthorn. To participate in the gambling, for the first day of the cruise, it is 100 gold. The second day, it's 200. The third day, it's 300, and the fourth day is 400. That's for one person to participate. You might be able to find other ways that you can join the tournament, as well as you'll need to find a way to have people bow out of the tournament if you wish to take part, as currently all 10 seats are filled. Discovering is we'll be dropping you in directly after the ship has set sail, meaning that you'll have a day to gather information before the gambling tournaments start. On the 5th day, the ship will arrive in port, and we'll lose our window to bring Shoshkar back. Is everything clear?
So you want us to get this filthy fucker named Josh Carr and bring him here.
Essentially, yes.
Alright, sure. I got it.
If you cannot acquire Shoshkar, any one of the gamblers, the officers on the ship will do as a replacement. However, this is only if something happens to Shoshkar that you can do this, or if you decide that Shoshkar is an impossibility to acquire. He is our target. He is the best case scenario. Understood?
Sure.
Excellent. Now, I'd like each of you to take one of these, and he opens up a box that have little finger jewelry, one for the pinky and one for the thumb. He says, if you hold your pinky finger while wearing this jewelry in front of your mouth, you'll transmit your voice to the other members of the group. If you hold your thumb to your ear, you'll hear anyone transmitting through their pinky jewelry. Now, this device is fairly finicky and may cut out or not work during important moments or times. And he waits for you guys to all adjust your pinky jewelry.
Kellogg puts them on the wrong
This is
fingers.
a little bit.
What do you do, Kellogg?
He puts them on the wrong fingers.
Frederick goes, no, friend. And he kind of reaches out and fixes it for you.
Are you sure there's nothing a bit more fashionable that you have?
Does anyone else have any important questions? He says, blatantly ignoring Celene.
Are you sure there's nothing more fashionable?
That was said in the exact same voice of Celene, by the way. And
Primordial.
Frederick kind of squints at Paint Shop and says no.
Paintrack looks
Levi says the same exact thing, but in primordial.
Frederick says, I don't even know what you were saying.
Squish elf?
No, don't squish the elf, please. You know what? And why does this always happen? Just turn around and go through the big door.
What did he say in primordial?
He said the exact same thing that, like, isn't there something more fast?
All right. Why does this always happen when I try to do a briefing? Just turn around and go through the big door, Frederick says.
Aye, boss.
Thank you, mustache man.
When you guys turn around too to start leaving, there's this huge ornate door. And as you walk towards it, it opens up and your vision is filled with white. When you blink away, the last bits of bright white light from your vision, you guys are treated to this sight.
Oh boy.
When you look over the side of the ship, you can see that it's moving through the sand below you, and the sand is moving past it. Oh, and Frederick then chimed all of your ears really quickly and says, one more thing I forgot to mention. Technically, none of you have a ticket required for passage. You might wish to acquire one. You don't want to know what they do to stowaways on these ships.
Well, this is just bad planning.
And you guys all appear on a ship.
Who do I see around me?
This is a dark-skinned woman in fine clothing, with, wearing a breastplate beneath her her robes. Here is a woman carrying two weapons, and she seems to be kind of just standing on guard. This woman here is playing music and sitting in a chair. These two are just finely dressed people looking out over the in the air, kind of wafts around you as you look through further into the deck this direction, and you can see men working on the wooden ship, tending, swabbing it, just doing normal ship work. As you guys get used to the sound of the creaking ship around you, and you look further on a raised platform above you all, One of them is at some sort of large wheel. Another one is checking. This guy here is checking instruments, and this one here just seems to be standing and supervising everything.
Well, that's nice. Well, I guess I should get to work then. Have fun, everyone.
Oh, there's also a set of stairs here, and over here to go below decks.
Okay.
So are we going in turn
no.
order, or what are we doing?
Here's what we'll do.
There are a lot of us.
This is true. Celene, you're up first. I just popped everyone into the turn order.
Yeah. Firstly, what she will do is she will cast Mage Hand.
Okay. On what?
What do I just like? Do you mean like just where it appears?
Well, it does something, doesn't it?
I mean, oh yeah, I'll put it. Sorry, I should just post it. You're right, Ben.
Well, I mean, also, like, doesn't Mage Hand normally have a goal, or have you just got an invisible hand floating around you?
No, well, I do have it appears at a point you choose within, and it will appear right behind this man.
Okay. It does.
And what I will do is actually I should have thought this through a bit better.
By the way, none of these people seem to be looking at you. No one's noticed that you just
Oh, yeah.
appeared on board.
I will try and carefully look through his pockets for a ticket.
You'd have to be there as well. Your hand is like in his pocket, but you'd have to like pull stuff out of his pockets to see them.
Oh.
Sorry. Because you can't see what's in them.
I will not yank them. I will try to as carefully, slowly remove them. There's at least one item right now.
All right, one moment. Let me just see what kind of a skill check I want you to do here.
That's
I'm
cool.
moving away from your spells on your sheet. Let's see. I'm gonna want that to probably be a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. That's really shitty on. Yeah, it is. That's
The guy like jumps very, very suddenly and like looks around and he puts his hand on his like left butt cheek and he's like, "What the hell?" But he doesn't seem to have noticed that you were casting a spell.
this is gonna take a while.
Clarissa?
Alright, so Clarissa is going to pull her hair out of the braids
Okay.
and tie the ribbon around her wrist. And she is going to how smoothly is the ship moving?
Fairly?
Alright. So what I'm gonna do is are we able to just move however we please right now?
As far as your movement allows. If you're running around the ship too, it will cause people to notice you, but if you're just moving at your regular walking speed, it will not. So if you can go, I believe, 30 feet. Oh no, you're a halfling, so it's 25, isn't it?
It's 25, but I do get a bonus action.
To dash or something, yes, and that will make back. Unless you like hide it.
Okay.
I believe your bonus action can be used to hide as well, actually. So you could walk over to something and then use your bonus action to dive in a barrel or something.
Could I use my bonus action to kind of dive?
Your bonus action as a rogue can only be used for pretty specific things. You have to tell me what you want to do, and then I'd be able to let you know if your bonus action encompasses one of those things.
Okay, can I use my bonus action to hide behind Juniper?
Yes, you can
I'm
hide
gonna do that.
behind creatures larger than you. It's a halfling trait.
Right, and then I'm gonna walk normally. I'm gonna approach the musician as if I'm interested, and then on my last 25, I'm gonna fake tripping onto her by accident.
Okay. You don't really need to hide behind Juniper to do that.
I know, I just was not close enough to move 25 feet.
Oh, okay. I see what you meant. You meant that you wanted to use it to hide and move 5 feet. No, you can't do that, but you can move to here and do that. That's 25 feet there.
Okay, I didn't know I could move diagonally. Sorry.
Yep. No worries. I know. You guys are fairly new to D&D 5e, so you don't need to worry about apologizing or anything. This is a new player-friendly session.
And then I'm going to trip onto the music later.
All right.
And
give me a
while
moment,
doing
and we'll
so, use sleight of hand to try and steal her ticket.
All right. One moment. I'm just gonna see what I want you to roll for that. Is there a? I will let you roll a performance to make the trip right.
Normal?
Performance.
Normal roll?
Yes. Yep. You successfully trip onto her, and she doesn't seem to realize that you didn't mean to do so. And she's like, "Oh no!" And she kind of like is helping you get back on your feet when you try and make the skill. So roll your sleight of hand.
Oh no! Shit.
It's only slightly worse than mine.
She she kind of like you feel her smack your hand away as you like go to her pocket, but she doesn't seem to say anything about it and just continues smiling at you as she puts you back up. And then in Thieves' Cant says, "You should pick your marks a little bit better, darling." Meaning that you're the only one who understood that.
In Thieves'
In
Clarissa,
Thieves' Cant.
Clarissa blushes and says, I don't mean any disrespect towards you or any of your guild here. Just I'm on a set thing I must do, and I really don't need to get, fucked up by some guards.
No harm, no foul. By the way, to the rest of you, this just sounds like they're having a normal conversation.
No, yeah. Thieves'
thought
Cant
that
is kind of
Thieves-
funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you have Thieves' Cant, Juniper?
No. I was gonna say I thought Thieves' Cant was usually with. It's like sign language. It's
Nope.
kind
You
of-
can. Nope. Thieves' Cant can be sign language. It can also be the fact that like it's a bunch of hidden code words inside a normal speech. It just takes you
Oh,
twice as long to communicate it. So like they're talking about like helping up and each other out, and what they're actually saying is what they're hearing. She says, "No harm, no foul. Besides, half this boat is filled with liars and thieves right now, anyways."
Clarissa's gonna ask her, do you know if there's a possibility of getting a copy of a ticket onto this boat so I don't, get thrown into the sand, because that would be very inconvenient for my mission.
Well, yes, I believe the bartender is selling a few fake tickets
Where can I find him?
below decks on the entry deck.
Clarissa nods and gives a slight bow of respect and says, "Thank you, milady. May I ask your name?"
My name is Relise, and if you're in the gambling tournament, I'll be playing later as well.
I might or might not be. I have yet to decide if I feel as if my skills are worth the time. And with that, Clarissa kind of takes her leave of her.
All right, Kellogg, you're up. She goes
Oh,
back
okay.
to playing her music, by the way.
Kellogg's gonna do the exact same thing Clarissa just did, except to this guy.
You're gonna just walk over and trip on the dude?
Yes.
Which guy? The guy at the edge who just had his butt groped? Oh, the woman. The woman. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a performance.
15.
Yeah, you walk. She after seeing that, you hear her go, "What the fuck?" She's trying to help you get back up. Now roll a sleight of hand if you want to steal her stuff. What kind of armor are you in?
Half-plate.
Does that imposes disadvantage on sleight of hand, doesn't it?
On stealth.
Only on stealth? Never mind then. Yeah, just rolling a sleight of hand.
20!
You
Oh
slut.
my god, are you freaking... Oh no, it's not a nat 20. Okay, I was like, Jesus.
It's not a nat
Christ.
20, but it's a 19, which is damn good enough. Let me see if she noticed, because she can
The
outroll.
barbarian is better than the rogue.
You pickpocket a a pouch, the kind of thing that you normally carry all your belongings and money in. And she doesn't notice. She helps you up, and then kind of says, "I hope you're quite all right, sir."
Yes, apologies.
Enjoy your travel on the Loungerat. Juniper.
Clarissa's just kind of staring, by the way, just like, what the fuck?
Juniper is gonna turn to like the group around her and she's gonna kind of whisper like, guys, like, stealing's like not good.
Yeah, you can suck my ass.
The party has shown up and literally attempted to rob the 3 people closest to them
I mean, yeah.
upon arrival. I love it.
The thief looks at her and just kind of does like a hand motion, like, the fuck do you expect us to do?
Juniper, Clarissa's
Yeah,
done a
that's
hand
my
motion
turn.
at you.
That's my turn.
Okay. Paint drop.
Paint Drop's just gonna shake her head at you all and start going down under deck. So it's what, down here?
Yep, down that direction.
Okay.
Oh,
The stairs are over here
yes.
to get
So,
down to that level, and then you go down again.
In case
Okay.
one day the power goes out
Levi.
or whatever.
Well,
Is there
Oh,
any-
sorry.
How do you do encumbered?
How do I do it? What?
Yeah, actually, I think I need some more soap.
So
Yeah, it's really about it.
Amanda, what was that?
Is my movement
I don't
speed
know.
20 because I'm
It's
encumbered?
Dove soap or
No.
something.
Oh yeah, it is.
do you have anything to like eat?
I think. Hold on.
Whatever,
Just
something
check
getting
what
out
the
of the
encumbered
apartment.
stuff does.
Protein.
Hey, you need to put yourself on push to talk
That's
if you're
enough.
chatting with someone else. Slade.
Nerd. PB
Carrying capacity. Here we are. Wait, no, that's not the right thing. Yeah, your speed drops by 10 feet
Okay. Well, that's as far as I can go.
because your armor is heavy.
It's light armor too.
Everything of yours is just heavy. You can't go very far. Levi.
Alright. So. You said this person was finally dressed?
Yes, and she has very dark skin. She's kind of leaned on the railing, just watching over it.
Nobody notices clumsy ass people.
Levi's just gonna head below deck.
Okay.
That me?
Yep. I will move you down there once the rest of the party goes down as well. Okay.
Yep.
Celene. Oh wait, sorry. Before you do, this woman turns around and screeches, "Harold! Harold!"
Which lady?
It's like, what, darling?
Oh, the one.
I want to do the thing. And he goes, ugh. Steps up behind her, picks her up by the waist, and holds her out over top of the front of the ship.
And then throws her.
The ship jolts.
Celene, you're up.
I guess I'll move like where he was standing, like right here.
Okay.
And I'll move my mage hand over to where he is now, and I'm gonna try one of his other pockets.
Okay. Roll me another sleight of hand.
I'm gonna get this eventually.
Or he drops his wife off the side of the ship.
It's not my problem.
Shit's on.
You managed to pull out from inside one of his pouches a single, like, looks to be a slip of paper, and you're like, oh shit, that's what I want. Let me see if he notices you doing it though.
Fuck you, Martin.
He does not.
Yeah, I moved the mage hand back to me and I put it in my pocket.
Okay. Clarissa.
Alright, we're gonna make our way downstairs.
Yes, we are, I guess.
Magic. Thank you, Kellogg.
That's my turn.
No.
Kellogg, you're up. Kellogg, master thief.
Well, to be fair, Clarissa didn't say that she wasn't successful or not.
This is true.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Are you gonna
Kellogg, help Fluffy Chicken.
Are you gonna look inside the pouch that you took?
Yes.
There's no slips of paper or anything, but you do count out what, like, with a quick glance, looks to be upwards of 200 gold.
Not too bad.
And it's actually 225 gold that was in that pouch for you. Juniper?
She's just gonna follow everybody. She's like, I guess. I mean, like, stealing's like not good, you guys, okay?
Paint drop?
Well, just huddle with everyone towards the door entrance.
Just put yourself on it if you're going down below deck.
Hi, Levi. Hope you like feathers in your face.
Celene? Celene?
Oh, sorry. I'll just sort of start moving. Actually, what I will do is I'll move like across the deck right here. That's all.
Also, Slade, it took me a little bit to track this down in the rules.
Uh-huh.
Technically, you can't use sleight of hand with mage hand unless you're a rogue type, and the hand is visible. Just letting you know for next time, okay?
Oh,
We're not going to
yeah.
retcon anything you've done, but I'm just letting you know for next time.
Okay.
This one time you rolled mage hand real good.
Yeah, essentially, like, this was you did real good. Something from just coming from the Tantalium empowered you magically, and you managed to do it.
Nice.
So, what are you doing, Celene?
I just moved across the deck to here. That's
Okay.
all.
Clarissa?
Down the fucking stairs, I guess. If I can, like, get there with my tiny short ass little legs.
To be fair, paint drop's actually slower than you are.
Mhm.
No, it's just barely out of. You just barely don't have enough. Because the diagonals are 10 feet. Kellogg?
Right here.
Just waiting, you're not going below deck?
He refuses to share the same space as...
He's not actually there, he's going down the stairs. And he's
Okay.
gone. Juniper.
She's just gonna follow.
Okay.
Stealing's like
Paint
not
goes
good, you guys,
downstairs.
okay?
Levi. Clarissa, you're going down the stairs now? Celene, what are you doing?
Kellogg not steal, he borrowed temporarily.
Oh,
Celine?
if you're just like
Oh,
borrowing, then like
I
that's
will
just
move
fine.
over to this lady. She'll simply ask, like, "Sorry to interrupt, but that's a rather ravishing dress you have on. I must know where you got it."
You're really gonna make me come up with a city name, aren't you?
Come up with some obscure ass tailor in some like fucking place.
Like
Perfect.
Spiderson.
Yes. She says some obscure ass tailor in some fucking place you've never heard of, but she got it there.
Hmm.
And
Never
she
heard of that
says,
before. Interesting.
Gucci Town.
she says, "Oh, it's strange you haven't heard of him. He's a very famous designer."
I've been out of the loop for a while. Been on a lot of business, you know, so it's understandable. What's your name, by the way?
I am Lady Killigan.
I am Lady Celene Pentagast. It is nice to
Killigan.
Illuminati.
Again.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Will you participating in tomorrow's gambling?
Oh, absolutely. I may dabble here and there in business and politics, but gambling is something of a hobby of mine.
Well, then I'll be quite happy to take all of your money then, my darling.
We'll just have to see about that.
She
This is
turns
right.
away from you, kind of giving you the sense that the conversation is over.
Sure, that's fine. I'll just leave it there. Whoever else wants to go can go.
Yeah, everyone else is below decks. We're waiting on you. A sort of a crew chamber deck. There's people running about all over the place. There's stairs that just keep going down if you go across the hallway. Do you want to keep going down, or do you want to stop at the crew deck?
I don't know. Does it matter to y'all at all?
I'm going to the bar.
If you guys are going to the bar, that's one more deck down.
Oh shoot, Dylan, I forgot to send you the thing to show you the layout.
The thing to show me the layout.
Yeah, of the ship.
The what now?
Because I think you
sent
have
me
it
a thing?
wrong. Yeah, hang on.
Oh, okay, cool.
Where are all the rich people gossiping right now?
Cool. If hold on, Tal's sending me a thing, and
Yes,
if
sure.
it's a good thing, then I'm going to send it to all of you and be like, "Oh yeah, Frederick included a layout of the ship for your guys' ease." Because it sounds like Tal did a layout for me.
This is what it looks like from the side.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, hold up. Let me just see something, because that route you took might not take you to the... Oh! Those are doors there! Neato! Okay, I thought that the, I will send you the Roll20 in a second, Milish. Yeah, okay, I'm dumb. I thought that the, maps, 2 and 3 were connected. So I made them connected. One moment, I have to shuffle some stuff around, guys. One sec. This won't take more than a second. Perfect. So yeah, there were, right beside those stairs, there were a pair of doors that led into another kind of like room directly underneath where you guys were standing. The stairs that took you down to this level immediately, the level with the bar. And I'm also going to upload the layout for you guys so you guys can see it. Just one moment. I finally get to use the cool handout thing. Boop, 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 in players' journals. We'll send it to you. You. And you. 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 And also you. All right, in your guys' character, character, you should have a sheet of the layout in your guys' journals.
Mm-hmm.
For a second, I was like, is this the picture we're using, Dylan? I feel like your pictures have decreased in the.
No, it's not the map. It's just letting you know the outer layout. One moment, I have to. It's good to know, though. Sorry, hold on. So does that mean that? I just have to look at something really quickly too again. Okay, good. So now I know what you guys will come out. That's awesome. Hopefully this just tastes. You guys are all sharing a space right now.
Yeah, bitches.
And I need to change up the music too, so give me a moment. These are pretty big maps, guys, so you'll have to bear with me as I reveal them.
It's
Yeah,
red.
see. And Torque.
It's not Torque. It's a different orc. I only have so many orc tokens that aren't carrying weapons. As you guys come down here, there's a man playing music down here. There's a bartender. There's a lot of people sitting at tables and drinking. At this table, you see that there's a fox sitting at a chair, which is kind of weird, but you're like, all right, whatever, you know. Some people at bars. They look really damn similar to their tokens. Yes, there is a race behind the person tending the bar. Paint drop is a race that looks similar to yours, but not at the same time. He's definitely some sort of they're definitely some sort of bird person, but you're not really. One moment, sorry, I forgot I have to do something as well while we do this. You're not really certain. You're pretty sure they're not a tengu. A kenku, but you don't know what race they are.
Gotcha.
They are wearing a very, very fine suit. You. And Celene, you're up first. There's a man in the center of the room juggling.
I can't really. Am I supposed to be able to see things?
One moment. Hold on. You should be able to. Let me just double check. I might not have done your line of sight properly. One sec. Oh, there you go. You should now.
Okay, awesome. I guess that I will.
You have to go around those stairs, by the way.
Around the stairs? Oh, yeah. Let me just do the math then. So, like... Oh, that's a bit convoluted now. That's 5, 10... 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah.
Do anything else or just move into there?
No, well, I want to sit in this chair right here if possible.
Okay, you'll have to get to there. I don't know which chair you're talking about. You'll have to get there in a few turns, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, sorry, I thought it had pinged. I meant that one.
Clarissa, you're up.
Alright, so I'm gonna move over to the bartender.
Alright.
And I'm going to, in Thieves Speak, say, oh fuck, I forgot how to pronounce the lady's upstairs name already. Dylan, how the fuck did she say it?
Relice.
Relice? Okay. I'm gonna look at the bartender and say, excuse me, Relice told me that I should speak to a bartender down here if I need a ticket.
spoke correctly.
In thieves speak specifically. Or thieves camp.
They
Yep.
they respond. You spoke correctly.
Wait, shit. Somebody else. Wait. Okay, I'm listening to you. All right.
Mulish is playing the bartender.
All right. Sorry. For a second, I was confused. I was waiting for Dylan.
Patron.
Okay. Clarissa's going to nod respectfully and say, "I was wondering how much you were selling them for."
How much are you willing to offer? I mean, someone who couldn't afford a ticket in the first place.
It isn't that I couldn't afford the tickets. It's more of I just kind of dropped in at the last second. Dylan,
Yes.
did we receive anything from the last game? Because I know I
Yeah,
It should
Cal-
be in Hero
Cal-
Factory. I don't know how much we divided it.
Yeah, because I had to
Divided
run
evenly.
for work.
So it's in Hero Factory. You should just scroll up.
In Hero Factory, there was 100 gold each.
Alright,
And the other people claimed the wands and stuff because you weren't here. So I thought that was weird that they can claim like the items and stuff, but you did get 100 gold.
that is perfectly fair. Alright. She's gonna go, well, what would you consider a fair price for your services?
Let's see, how about... 10 gold will do.
Clarissa pulls out 12 gold and slides it across and says, keep the tip. I greatly appreciate the service you are doing for me.
Services. Anytime, really.
And with a feathery hand, sort of wing-like arm, the bartender slides across a counterfeit ticket on.
Clarissa takes it, and do I need to use sleight of hand to slip it into my bag, or can I just do that?
If you want to make sure no one sees, you need to do a sleight of hand
I'm gonna do a sleight of hand.
because you never know who could be watching.
The elf.
The elf.
The elves are always watching.
My
You
passive
slip it
perception.
into your bag.
Alright, yeah. So I slip it into my bag, I take the ale, and I nod at them, and I'm going to go find a chair. Can I still move, because I have move actions left?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, sorry. Martin, I forgot. Yes, Martin, you are a spectator right now, so I will give you sight off of Celene because they have the largest vision, I believe. Actually, I can just give you sight off of everybody. That way, if they're in different rooms, you can still see. Next up is Kellogg.
I like
Kellogg,
how the rogue is the only one that actually paid for a goddamn ticket.
Kellogg walks up to the bar and orders an ale. Because he's seen Clarissa do it. He doesn't know anything about the ticket.
He orders a water.
He orders
No.
an ale.
Ale.
Ren gives him a look and is like,
He orders a water.
alright.
On character.
They, as they're preparing the ale, they say, that'll be 20 gold.
Yo, bitch!
He gives her 24 gold. He says okay and gives you 24 gold. Doesn't say anything about tip though.
Just hands you 24 gold, Ren.
Ren seems a little bit surprised, but they're like, alright. And they give him his ale.
He happily takes it and drinks.
You, seem kind of new here, huh? Are you planning on joining the gambling?
Kellogg don't gamble. He just gambles with his axes, and he holds up one hand to axe since his other hand is busy drinking.
Then why is a fine gentleman like you in a... since you don't seem to fit in with many of the people here.
Neither do you, Fluffy Chicken.
Ren pops their collar. And they're like, well, alright. But see, I was hired here. Perhaps you might be interested to know that people who aren't supposed to be, people who aren't invited are usually escorted off the premises.
Would you like to show Ren your ticket?
But I heard that Lady Killigan and Lord Darkright are hiring guards.
Hmm. That's all he does. He drinks some more.
Would you like another ale?
Have money?
No.
Hmm.
Thank you, Fluffy Chicken. You do good service today. He walks off.
Okay. Paint drop. Amanda.
I don't even know how to follow that. Man, I wanted to go to Ren, but now everybody and their mom has gone to Ren, so...
Hey, love me!
I haven't gone to Ren.
Give me love!
Love.
Alright, since you're the closest, suppose I'll make my rounds.
Aw, yeah.
Paint Drop's gonna come to the side of the bar, though.
Oh, by the way, as you guys are getting closer in, you had some time to look around the room. These people here, all the tokens like this, these are finely dressed waiters attending each table. When they're not running to the bar or to the kitchen to get something, they're actually attentively standing by the table at ease, ready for any sort of command that the patrons could ask for.
Okay. But the reason Paint Drop came to the side is so they can get a full look at Ren.
Ren looks back at Paint Drop, and they're like... You hear them kind of mumble under their breath. What the fuck?
Two fluffy chickens!
Is Ren actually wearing like a suit?
Yes.
Yeah, Ren's wearing a suit.
Yeah, exactly like the token.
Okay. Paint Drop will say, "Hello, fine sir."
I'm not a sir.
My mistake.
Who are you? They don't look as composed as they were with the other people. They're kind of like, what? They look a little bit confused, actually.
Paint Drop and make a like a plop sound.
Paint Drop goes,
Yeah,
Ren
essentially.
stares.
Not quite like water, but not like sick like blood.
Come again?
Oh. I see.
Ren just continues staring, and they're like, do you need to have an escort to your room? You seem a little out of it. And they're kind of like, they're not.
Paint Drop will lift their talon hand as like calm. I mean no harm. Just merely having conversation.
By the way, keeps changing in the way it sounds every time that there's a pause. Like Paint Drop sounds like when you keep switching radio stations midway, like the way Bumblebee
YouTube
from
poop.
Transformers talks.
Like some of they're calm, but it's switching between like a woman's like this talking to a child.
Rin's just so confused. They're like, what?
Okay.
You're a
Paint
weird
Shop will chest, and it'll sound like someone else has addressed her, but she'll say Paint Drop. And then open a palm towards Ren as if, like, what's your name?
Ren. That isn't... This may sound weird, but I've never seen one of... You're quite possibly the weirdest Tengu I've ever seen.
Paint Drop shakes her head.
You've never heard that word before, Paint Drop.
Yeah.
Meaning that every time that you say the word Tengu now, it's in Ren's voice.
But can Paint Drop conclude that? Well, no, that'd be some random word. They wouldn't figure out that that's. Well, it's okay. No. Paint Drop will say no and then repeat Tengu, like Ren said it.
Exactly in your voice, Ren. It's disconcerting, actually.
Yeah, they're just like... Okay, please stop that. Are you a parrot? Is this some kind of joke? They kind of squint around the bar.
Paint Drop will shake their head. And say friend.
Friends squints and they just say, sure, friend. Though, I can't really call you a friend if I don't know
Feel
your
free to cut in,
face.
Celene. Like, you can say that out loud.
Yeah. Darling, have you really never seen a Kenku before?
A Kenku? No. There's Tengu.
Well, yes. Just think of Kenkus as different Tengus that can't speak by themselves. They only parrot back whatever they hear.
Ren has like a completely bird face, like they have a beak and everything, but they open their beak and you can just you get the impression that they're making like the most disgusted face imaginable. Like, ugh!
There's
Paint
no
Drop's
need to
been
be
offended
shocked,
by
darling.
that.
In fact, I think Kenkus are rather marvelous creatures. Their lore is quite interesting.
Ren perks up and they're like,
Their
oh,
what is quite
really?
interesting?
Actually, yes. It is quite interesting.
Their lore, okay.
If you're curious, it is said that Kenkus were the creation of a specific wizard or sorcerer, and served under him in the sky for many, many years, until they disobeyed him out of greed. And afterward, in spite of this, afterward, as the punishment, they cast down the Kenku, living onto the material plane, took away their wings, and took away their speech. At least that's how the legend goes.
How terrible.
I don't
Give
feel
me
bad
a
for them. Kenkus Kenku still go about their daily lives as you would, just
They give
differently.
Paint Drop a nice a glass of very fine wine. They're like, it's on the house.
Much
Celene will just sort of sigh and
appreciated.
just sort of, okay.
All right, Levi. Sorry for the wait there, Earl.
It's fine. I'm just laughing.
I also realized I skipped Juniper, so we're gonna move Juniper to after Levi.
I mean, she can go before me.
No, go ahead, Levi.
I don't even know. He's going to like go not on top of him. 1, 2, 6. And he's just gonna look around the room and just like.
All right, well, who are you looking at in particular? I'll give you a better description of that person, because if you're looking around the room, you're actually like, unlike the others who got their like starting glance, you're looking at that guy.
Mhm.
Yep. He's juggling right now in front of just in the middle of the room. He's also doing tricks with the balls as well, but people seem to be like glancing at him every now and then, but no one's giving him like really hardcore attention.
Okay.
Washroom, so we'll move them after Celene. Celene?
Oh, I just wanted to, if that matters at all. I don't know if people care that I have the orb in one of my hands.
You just always hold an orb. It's cool.
Sure. I would ask the person, the person in the white robes next to me, excuse me, is there anyone sitting next to you?
He looks up at you, and as you kind of look at him, you realize he was reading what didn't look like a book. It looked more like some sort of folder with pins on it that had, and of course, come, sit. It's open.
Hmm.
You'll have to forgive my rudeness for not introducing you to the fine women sharing our tale, as I don't actually know their names. And they both go, humph, and then stand up and walk
Wow.
away.
Bye, ladies. I'll make sure to buy you a drink later.
One of them turns back and smiles at you, but they both abscond as they realize that the man had been ignoring them the whole time. You doing anything else? Juniper, we'll come to you after Celene.
You're a nice one, aren't you?
I'm sorry. I tend to be pretty deep in my work, and there was well, I won't trouble you with any talk of that.
No. What are you working on? I'm fascinated.
Roll me a persuasion.
Will do, boss. I'm good at those, thankfully. Not too
He
bad.
kind of sighs and says, well, one of my prototypes was stolen on a sand ship recently, and although I'll be gambling in tonight's tournament, I'm also attempting to look over my blueprints to see if I have any chance of being able to recreate it.
What exactly was this prototype?
It was the first kind of a new weapon. No one had ever seen it ever before on this planet. I had called it the pocket cannon.
Pocket cannon.
Yes,
Sure.
you see, it used black sand in order to propel a small projectile through a tube about the length of your arm. Is how I would be able to explain it to someone as uneducated as yourself.
The Celene will instantly get up and move away now.
All right, goodbye.
Was he speaking loud enough that I could hear him?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna.
If
when it
you
comes
were
to my
you're just sort of staying out in the middle, so you were paying attention. So yes, you could hear him.
turn- Okay.
Juniper.
Gonna walk up to here. Oops. Up to here. she's gonna like stare at Paint Drop, and she's gonna stare at Ren, and then she's gonna stare at Paint Drop, and then she's gonna stare at Ren, and her eyes are like getting wider, and she's like, oh my gosh, you guys are like so cute. Are you like cousins or something?
They fluffy chickens.
Yeah, you guys are like fluffy chickens. It's so cute.
Ren stares.
Paint Drop just like gives a
First of all,
disappointed
that's
look.
actually rather racist of you. Second of all, I don't recall seeing you either.
Yeah, well, maybe you like weren't like paying attention hard enough or something.
May I see your tickets, please?
No.
Just walk away.
I guess I'll just call a waiter over.
Do you call a waiter over?
Yeah.
All right. You signal one of the waiters, and he begins to approach.
May I see
Clarissa,
your
you're
tickets,
up.
please?
May-
Hold on,
Ren.
we're moving to Clarissa. The waiter's gonna take a bit to get over there.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna move towards.
You guys are all aware that right now the jig is about to be up for Juniper.
Yeah, I
That's
figured.
why I'm getting the fuck away.
I was gonna say I interrupt and say she's with me and show my ticket, but
God,
Well,
good
you'll be
luck.
able to do that on your turn.
yeah.
Clarissa?
So I think I can actually get over there. No, probably not.
You can move through the waiter square, but it still puts you in the same spot, I believe.
And am I able to get into the chair?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna get in the chair.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of nod politely at the two sitting beside.
Kellogg, you're up.
Hey, wait, no, do they do anything?
Well, we'll get to that. Right now, we're getting with the more important thing that you guys are getting an action, to, like as a surprise round right now, to deal with the waiter coming up to Juniper. Kellogg? It's still technically Juniper's turn. We're just seeing if you guys are going to intervene to help her or not.
Kellogg is gonna first of all burp with all the L.
You burp.
Yep. And then he's gonna move over here and say, he says, hand cannon too long. Make it short name.
All right, we'll get to that in a moment too. Paint drop. You're seeing your party essentially abandoning poor Juniper.
Make it a short name like Axe.
Okay, hey, Levi, for purposes of the game from now on, Kellogg is refusing to let you move through his square.
Yeah, that's why I moved around him. I knew.
Paint drop.
Paint Drop is just gonna get on the other side. Close to the stairs with their wine.
Levi.
Okay, so we're just doing stuff to maybe save Juniper.
Yeah.
If you'd like, yes. It doesn't seem like the rest of the party's done anything.
I mean, never mind. I'll let you go.
1, 2, 3. I've heard her name, right?
Ren?
No, Juniper.
Yes.
Juniper, now you see, this fine Tengu here was just asking to see your ticket. There's no need to deal with the situation in such a way.
What do you mean dealing with it in such a way? I just said that they're cute.
Yes, but then you also insulted them by calling them fluffy chickens.
Well, so did Kellogg.
Yes, but he doesn't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know better either, you know? Like, I've been told a few times that I'm, like, really dumb. Like, so one time I was, like, walking around and I saw, like, this old guy. So I, like, followed him and he brought me to, like, this other... He had, like, an entire group of, like, old guys. And they said I was, like, really dumb. But, like, they helped me anyways.
Ah,
That's nice.
Ren, do you react to that at all?
Ren makes a knowledge check as a reaction.
I turn to Ren and I'm like, I apologize for my friend. As you can probably tell, she does not have a ticket. Neither
Is an issue.
it is an
Wait
issue.
a minute. You can't. That ruins my entire fucking plan. What's wrong with you people? Y'all are on your own right now. God, Jesus.
Quite the issue indeed.
Would you know anyone that is able to help us with that issue aboard the ship?
You just insulted that person. Or she did.
Once again, I apologize for my friend of lower intelligence. Well, if you're able to help us with that, I will definitely pay more than whatever you see fit as a price. As, what's it called? Compensation for the insult that you suffered.
Alright. I think I can find it in me to forgive her. Let's see. For starters, I'd like to know why you're here.
Ah. Well, I'm here to make talk with, what was the one guy gambler's name that we're talking to? That we're looking for?
Shoshkar.
Shoshkar.
Sorry, you're asking Ren where Shoshkar is?
No, I said that I'm aboard the ship to watch Shoshkar, like, play. And he's also heard that a brilliant man that has been trying to invent something is aboard the ship.
Did someone say bullshit?
I mean, he is here to talk to Shoshkar, and he definitely wants to talk to the guy that's inventing things.
Jesus Christ. Hold on, could you repeat that one more time?
What do you mean?
Oh.
Oh, what you're
Yeah,
asking? Okay.
No, just, yeah, out of character.
Okay, so pretty much he said that he's here to talk with Shoshkar, the guy that they're all here to get,
Mm-hmm.
and he's also interested in talking with the inventor that is upon the ship.
Interesting. And what for?
The inventor or Shoshkar?
Shoshkar.
Oh, so we're here to offer him a job, seeing as he's a very unlucky individual most of the time, and he might need the help.
I find it was rather lucky of him to end up on this ship. I think his odds are pretty good.
That's interesting. I guess we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Indeed we shall. Now, if you want to speak to him, you might be interested in knowing that he sleeps in one of the master bedrooms.
Oh, well, thank you. Now about the issue
I was getting to that.
just earlier. I apologize. It's just I see the waiter making his way over here.
Yeah.
Mulish, I'm pinging.
Alright.
Okay.
And Ren says that'll be 200 gold.
Juniper's like, I have like
Quickly, the
10
waiter's
gold.
coming.
Huh. Well, unfortunately, I don't know if Juniper, and I kind of like look at her like with side eyes, and I'm like, but I only have like, what is it? Like 100 gold.
Juniper says she has 10 gold.
You started with 100 gold?
I just took the base gold with like a short sword.
Oh, okay.
I feel so bad. Ren gives him kind of a look of pity and says, well, since you were so informative, it'll be 150 gold.